Okay, guys, today I'm going to start out by telling you a story. And when I get to important words, I'll point them out here on the board. All right? Anne went to the theater last night to see a play. She was very excited. Her seat was in the first row, the front row. The curtain went up. A musician began to play. The action started. She could see the expression on the face of every actor, and she could understand the emotion they were sharing. Time flew by, and before she knew it, it was intermission. So, here's these words: musician, action, expression, emotion, intermission. What do they have in common? That's right, they all end with the same sound. Shun, 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 shun. Okay, what's the challenge for us today? What's different about them? Musician, how's it different from action? Okay, right. The endings are different. Musician, action, expression, emotion, intermission. All right, now this is a class where we're going to talk about pronunciation. And you might think, well, this is easy. I pronounce it shun. But here's the problem. Your eyes have to work with your ears, with your mouth, and everything has to go through your brain. And sometimes that doesn't work so easily. And I want to give you an example. This happened to me just yesterday with a student from another class. He was talking to me, and he was trying to tell me about his tion, his tion, his tion. I'm like, what? I never heard that word. I finally figured out that he meant the money he pays for his college classes, his tuition. Now, he might have heard the word tuition and understood it, but when he saw it written down, he thought it was tion. And so his mouth and his ears and his eyes and his brain weren't working together. And that's what we're going to spend today working on, training the brain to get this right, okay? Now, you will be glad to know, I know some of you will be very glad to know, there are a few rules for this. And let's look here. Okay. When you see the cian ending, you're going to be talking about a person with a job. So, musician. The musician makes music, right? Magic. Who's ever been to a magic show? Abracadabra and all that, okay? The magician is the person who makes magic. Okay, now, here's something a little different. Politics, right? You all know what politics is. Your senator, your governor, your mayor, they all work in politics. To do this, you have to get rid of the S. Goodbye, S. All right. Politician. Whoops, that's an A, people. Politician. The politician's job is politics. Same with mathematics. Mathematician. That's a hard word. Can you all say that with me? Mathematician. Math or mathematics is the job of the mathematician. So can we say these together? Musician, magician, politician, mathematician. Okay. Let's go. Now, when you're using the tion and the sion, you have a verb and a suffix to make a new noun. Does everybody remember what suffix means? Can somebody tell me? Right. Suffix is what's added to the end of a word. So, if you add tion, that's the suffix. Okay. This usually works. Not always, but most of the time. So let's do here's a rule for you, okay? If the verb ends in T or T-I-O-N, T or T-E, sorry, the ending is T-I-O-N, okay? Here's an example. Educate. I am educating you. I educate you in every class. The noun is education, right? Can we say that? Education. Okay. Emote. If an actor's really, big on stage and lots of emotions, emote, lose the E, emotion. Rule number 2. If the word ends with D, D-E or S-E, you use shun. Now here's an easy one to remember this. Whoa, running out of ink here. Televise, okay? What does that mean? It means to show on TV. Or television, okay? Another example, collide. Two cars hit, they collide, they have a collision. All right, now, one more thing before we get on to practicing. And here's the bad news. Sometimes there are no rules, and you are just going to have to memorize how to spell the word. Fashion, nation. Anybody think of any more? Station. Okay. There we go. Memorize. Okay, guys, now we're going to get out a list of words and practice. Okay? Let's go. Okay.